Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to some World of Tanks, and today we have, starting this morning actually, we have a new marathon in the game. Yes, another one. This is the third marathon in about a month, or rather like 30 days, maybe a bit more than that, like 30-something days. So we had the marathon for, let me find it, somewhere around here, right? We had the initial marathon, which was for the Grom. There it is. We then, and I didn't really make videos on this, had the marathon for the Nurgle, which, Juggernaut, it was technically an event and stuff. No, it was a marathon. It just didn't seem like it, right? They just dressed it up differently. It was an event special tank, but yes, you still had to grind through a bunch of battles to get to the Nurgle. Now, it wasn't that difficult initially, and then they nerfed the amount of keys that you get midway through the marathon, which I think is disgusting behavior and beyond unacceptable. Unacceptable. Because there's nothing stopping them from adding, like, I don't know, 50 more stages to this marathon now, or 50 more steps to this marathon now, because they realize people are getting to around here way too quickly. It sets a disgusting precedent, where, you know, you plan something out on your personal time, your private, you know, your resources or whatever. You plan something out based on what you think the event is going to be, and then halfway through they just change it and nerf it, or you know, do something else that's equally as horrible for the event. Yeah, no, that's just no. I think that's horrible. But the point is, that was for that event, and then you can get the Nurgle for free. You can get the Grom for free. The Grom was, I think, by far the more difficult one. But this you had to you know, invest a lot of time in as well, and it was a special event as well, so you can play regular battles and grind your stuff while doing it. And then we have recon missions starting, and they're going to last until November 18th. We have maneuvers for Clan Wars, so you're going to need to put like 2 hours into this. If you want to test out recon missions, there's a couple of hours you need to put into this as well. And then on top of that, there's the fourth stage of the Battle Pass, which is another marathon tank, which will also last until November 18th. Now, granted, today is November the 7th, which means we have 10 days, 9 hours, 59 minutes left to complete this marathon, and we're fighting for the Felice, which I don't know if this vehicle's any good, but it looks beyond gorgeous, right? I adore these carvings and engravings and stuff. I get the idea that this is supposed to mimic like a Norse longboat, and you have characters from the TV show Vikings as well. If we go over to here, I think that you can see them. You can buy Floki and Lagatha, and then you get Ragnar and his two of his sons, with is this a 0 perk? Right, yeah, Brothers in Arms 0 perk, and then 2 extra ones you can choose from. By the way, you get Ivar on stage 10 and Bjorn on stage 20, so there's 2 really nice crew members that you can get right there. Awesome. The problem is it's another marathon. I mean, you know, for people that want to do it, good on you, but I should mention that this is not a free marathon. So, as you can see, you can get to Ragnar Lothbrok for free, and you will get the Way of the Viking reward, which is pretty cool. Again, these just look super impressive, to me at least, you know, that's according to my taste. I'd like to see the vehicle itself, like in terms of the stats. This is the Tier 9 Felice. Felice? I honestly don't know, sorry, I don't speak Italian, but yeah, anyways, I'm assuming most people are going to pronounce it Felice. Cannon, by the way, I haven't checked this tank out yet. Also noticed the clan emblem. I think it fits this tank really, really well, right? For multiple reasons, historically, and for multiple historic reasons, let's just say, not just yeah. Anywho, yeah. So let's take a look at the gun. 256 or 310 penetration? Is it... So it's not an auto-loader or an auto-reloader or anything, is it? Yeah, gun loading time 14 seconds. Jesus. Okay, so this doesn't have a magazine, right? Around 2000 DPM, just slightly under. 14 seconds gun loading time for 480 damage and an okay penetration. 0.42 dispersion, 2.5 aiming time. On a medium tank? I mean, on a heavy tank, this would be questionable. On a medium tank? Ugh. And then, okay, hull armor is not the best, although the angle on it isn't tragic. And then the turret is like 290 millimeters. Although the angle on the turret is pretty gosh darn flat, so I'm going to need to look at this a little bit more. The tank doesn't look that great, and most important of all, you're going to need to pay for it. If you get to here, you'd get the improved battle pass, which is 3,500 gold. It's not a lot, honestly. If you want to skip it, as you can see, yeah, it's, there you go. It's quite a bit, but if you get to the end of it, and you just buy the improved battle pass, it's alright. I mean, for 3,500 gold, you're getting 12 days of the World of Tanks premium account, which is handy. You're getting the runes, which I think is just absolutely gorgeous. You get the, style. So, wait, is this the... Oh, you get this one for all vehicles, and you get the special one for Felice. And then you get, you know, credit boosters and stuff like that, which is also pretty important. So let's not gloss over this stuff. You get 9 credit boosters, which is going to be worth a lot for the holidays. I mean, it's alright. Value-wise, it's fine if you play the game a lot. I don't mind the thing itself. What I do mind is that we've been having a number of these now for a while. And I think people are going to start feeling burnt out from having to constantly grind for something. Luckily, though, you have me here today to show you how to grind this thing. Well, I'm assuming most people that are going to stumble across this video already know, but in case you don't, the most important thing to do, if you haven't prepared for this marathon, which you could have done, although you only had a few days to prepare for it, so it doesn't really matter, but if you haven't prepared your vehicles for this game, and I'll explain what that means in a bit, the best way to grind this tank is to play in the most popular hours, which now, I mean, we have about 150,000 people on the server. I'd say it's fairly popular. And then you play tier 5 vehicles. And then you max out your battle pass points on all your tier 5 vehicles. The reason you need to do that is the battle pass point system does not care if you're playing a tier 5 vehicle or a tier 10 vehicle. The number of battle pass points that you get is the same relative to your performance. So you don't get more battle pass points just because you're doing more damage because you're playing at higher tiers. It's all relative to the tier. And the rewards are the same. So there's no reason to play higher tiers from an economic perspective, you know, unless you only do well in higher tiers, but I really doubt there are people like that. So there's no reason to do that. The important thing is you can max out all those battle pass points on all of your lower tier tanks. Why is that important, Juggernaut? You get a bonus. You get a hefty bonus every time you hit the maximum amount of points on your tanks. This means if I max out the points on my Stug 3, on my Stug 4, on my Stug 5, I don't have that many Stugs, I'm kidding, but if I max out all of my tier 5 tanks, what ends up happening is I get a bunch of bonuses. And I think tier 5 tanks only have, what, like 85 or 100 points max or something like that? That's pretty easy to get over the course of 10 days. Also, you know, depending on what you're playing for in World of Tanks, if it's win rate or Mark of Excellence or whatever, it's a good opportunity to mark some lower tier tanks or get the Mark of Excellence higher for those vehicles, if nothing else. And, you know, if you're playing for missions, well, tough luck. You don't really get to do a lot of missions in tier 5, but still, I think it's the best option. If not, tier 6 is also an alright way to go about things, because the maximum amount of points you can get on those vehicles is also not particularly high. Whereas on the tier 9s and 10s, it's very, very high. So, yeah, there you go. Just play your tier 5 stuff, and also get all of... I've completely neglected the left side, I'm stupid. And also, do not forget to do the daily missions. Each and every one of the daily missions in World of Tanks gives you a considerable number of Battle Pass points. So, that was a ricochet. I actually saw the shell ricochet off to the left, that's pretty funny. So, each and every one of those daily missions gives you bonus Battle Pass points. And it's very important that you get those missions done if you want to do the Battle Pass as quickly as possible. Speaking of, you know, quickly as possible and grinding and stuff like that, the math is fairly simple. There are 40 stages to it, or it's a one stage, but there's like 40, whatever they call them, like segments or whatever, doesn't matter. There is 40 of them. You have 10 days, or technically in counting today you have 11 days, but, you know, let's say you have 10 days. 4 each day. There you go. And if you miss a day, you know, to keep the math simple, you just do 8. Now, by my calculations, if you do all of the dailies every single day, and remember, if you find a particularly tough daily, like, the toughest ones for me are, like, do 7 critical hits in a single battle. Those I find particularly annoying because they're very RNG based and you can have tons of damage and even set people on fire and then you just don't get the 7 crits in a single battle. You can re-roll those, so keep that in mind. Re-roll the dailies that you don't like. If you do all of them, I think you can get 4 missions, or sorry, 4 like bits, stages, whatever, phases of the stage done in about 10 battles-ish, 12, 14, depending on how good you are as a player, how lucky or unlucky you get on that given day, so on and so forth. But that's roughly sort of the math there, and honestly, that's not bad at all. It's 10 battles a day, if you have the consistency. If you're not busy and you can actually log into World of Tanks for like an hour and a half or an hour or so, which means if you're an active player of the game, that should really be no problem for you. So, you know, definitely not a terrible marathon, but on the other hand, it's not free either. So you need to pay for this tank one way or another. The question is only how much are you going to pay. As far as the tactics, I suppose, are concerned for wargaming, it's pretty much the same thing. They're betting that most people are going to commit a certain amount of time to get the tank, and then realize, oh no, I've committed so much time already, might as well fork out the extra money to... Jesus, this tank is slow in reverse. Holy moly. I did not know the Stug was this slow going in reverse. I thought it was a bit faster. I haven't played with this vehicle in ages. In fact, I think the last time I played with this vehicle was literally like 5 or 6 years ago, or maybe even more. It's an incredible tank destroyer. It's a fast little thing. The gun's pretty gosh darn good. It's an incredible little thing. I love it. Oh, for crying out loud. You have to do this when I say the gun's incredible, right? The DPM's pretty good. It can hit stuff most of the time. There you go. Alright, SU-85 coming. I think the RBFM has enough DPM to get rid of that thing. I'm going to look for the Matilda BP or the M4 over there. Unfortunately, he missed. He needed one more shot to get him. We need to hold this, like, defensive perimeter here because we're on the back foot pretty much the entirety of the game. Do I even have a shot on this guy? I don't think so, right? Although the T-34 looks like he has a shot on him. Yeah, you know what? All right, this is fine. This is fine. Let's get into position here. I'm not playing this particularly well. I should have focused a little bit more. Could have gotten like a couple of extra shots, but you know, 1.5 I think is pretty all right. We're playing tier 5s, and another benefit of playing lower tier vehicles is it's honestly pretty gosh darn relaxing. Like, lower tier gameplay can be very fun. He knew I'd knocked the tree down, and he fired on my position. That bishop, that's a bishop, right? Yeah. All right. What can you do about it? Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Okay, take your time. Good. One more. Gotcha. Okay. He's dead as well. And the RBFM is going to start getting shot at. If I can take out the T-14 now, that would make my job a heck of a lot easier, unfortunately. No such luck. I'm going to need to take a spotting position instead, right here. No, I needed the T-34 to survive. Okay. First and foremost, this guy has to go. There is no way I can survive this. I need to go down so I don't get shot by that guy. Yeah, there's no way I can survive this. There's too many guns. Too many guns left alive. Ugh. Unfortunate. Although, 2,000 damage. I mean, come on. You know. Could have played that a little bit better. Maybe could have given myself more of a fighting chance at the end, but I'm focusing more on what I'm trying to say rather than where I'm looking and what I'm doing. But hey, high caliber. I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go. Also a chance for me to, you know, wipe some of the dust off my old crews. There's some fairly terrible crews at lower tiers, but that's fine. It makes the fights a little bit fairer for the newer guys. Also, I've noticed with this update, the loading into battles and the garage and stuff, it takes a long while to, you know, load everything up. But yeah, there you go. T-35 played really well. RBFM played pretty gosh darn well. We did the best we could. Yeah, just unfortunate, I suppose. A little bit more luck, and that would have been a much more exciting game at the end. But regardless, this is it for the day, or do I do one more battle? I'm going to do one more battle, I think. I also have the Mauerbrecher in store. I wonder what else is in store. Let me check. Premium vehicles, yeah, vehicles. Recommended for me, the Ag Tiger 88. No, thank you. 6 STLV, T50 prototype, is that it? We have nothing special, just the regular tanks that are there all the time. Yeah, I think I read somewhere that the Skoda T56 and the Borat, the Brask, is back in store. I'm pretty sure they're not, though. Featured, maybe? Let's look at that off camera while I load into another battle. The featured store is temporarily unavailable. Okay, thank you. It is, yeah, it is. The Barask is also for sale, along with the Cromwell B. Barask Standard is a good tank. A part of me wants to buy that tank, but part of me also realizes that nah, I don't need it. It's too expensive. Anyways, the Barask is also on sale if you're interested. There you go. Yeah. We'll see, I suppose. Anywho, it's a bit much. It's a bit much for my taste. Tier 7s, huh? Okay. Okay. Do I just focus on the battle? I mean, I have nothing else to say about the battle pass, right? Oh, yes I do actually. I had one more thing. A lot of people, I think, still don't realize you can prepare for these battle passes. And it still revolves around the idea that you get bonus points for completing or for maxing out the battle pass points on a vehicle. You get, like, extra points on top of it. So the way you prepare is you take your, again, lower tier tanks, tier 5s and 6s, and you get them to basically within 5 or 7 points of maxing out, and then you just leave them there until the battle pass actually starts. And at the start of the battle pass, you have a whole bunch of tanks lined up that are within spitting distance, sort of being maxed out. And then you just max them out one by one in a day, and you can get through like half the battle pass like that. The unfortunate quote-unquote side of things there is that, well, for one, you need to know that the battle pass is coming way in advance. You can prepare these vehicles in a relaxed manner without having to actually grind a lot and then play, you know, for a very, very long period of time, with little breaks and, you know, for long hours and stuff like that. But on the other hand, if if there is that opportunity and you hear rumors or you know that there's a battle pass tank coming, you prepare vehicles like that, and you are, no joke, you can get like half the battle pass done like that in a day if you just max out all the vehicles in the same day, which is like, what, it's going to be like 10, 15, 20 battles at the most, and you're going to be like done with the majority of the battle pass. It's a feeling like you've gamed the system, right? It feels great. Like you're getting one over on Wargaming. In reality, you've still played those battles just at a different time and so on and so forth. But yeah, because before the battle pass starts, it's not time sensitive. It only becomes time sensitive when it starts. It's I would say it's a good alternative, right? But you still need to grind those tanks out, so it doesn't really matter all that much. It's just, it helps, I would say, a fair bit. What a shot. I mean, what a shot, really. Okay, that's, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough right there, I suppose. Let's wait for them to come down here. KV-2 just destroyed this guy. Does that mean... How's the KV-2 already there to shoot him if... What the hell? Okay, I'm counting on my binos. Is there a bush I can hide behind? Not really. I was sort of counting on my binos to outspot him, but I don't think that's going to be happening. Right, can I outspot a heavy tank? Which is probably going to go this way, and I'm not going to be in the position to. Yeah, I gotta help that guy out. Okay, what a strange battle this. Not the biggest fan of it. He's gonna be pushing very aggressively towards the KV-2 probably right now. Yep. Okay, I genuinely am not sure how I was supposed to play this. Okay, very important shot. Okay, let's see if I can take out his tracks and keep him there. Oh, really? It's a Churchill, man. It's the enemies from all over the place. Okay. Yeah, that was just... I don't know. I feel like I take responsibility for a lot of that, but I'm just not sure how else I was supposed to play that. Partially because I don't really know how to play that map, but like with tank destroyers especially. I guess I should have gone down the other end, which is why I think I do like 90% of the time just completely ignore this side of the map which I played on. But yeah. Anyways. So these are the tier 5s that I'm going to be grinding for this Battle Pass, or I don't think I'm going to grind this one, yeah, I don't have the crew for it or anything. But for some of them, you know. For some of them, definitely. Oh, the Ram 2, now this one I haven't played in like, God knows, 7, 8 years maybe, also. Jesus, this used to be, used to be a very, very interesting little tank back in the day when matchmaking was even worse than it is right now. Now it's bad, but believe it or not, it used to be worse. I also have to mark the T-34. I mean, come on, it's all the tanks. How do you not mark it? Also have to remove this god ugly paint job from it, so allow me to do that. But oh, I wish there was a button to just do it. Can I remove all? Yes, I can. Removal. Removal. There you go. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Battle Pass for today. That's the Battle Pass for this Viking thingamajig. And here's one of the stars that you can get relatively easily. For, I think, just for playing like 1 or 2 battles or whatever. It's very pretty. I love these, like, Nordic paintings, runes, the engravings on the tank, like all those things, just absolutely gorgeous. I love this stuff. So yeah, if you want it, it's there for you. You can also buy a couple of things off the Battle Pass if we go over here and then over here in the store. Just give it a second. Yeah, this is taking like ages for some reason with the last update. Data temporarily unavailable. Alright. It's here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. You have Lagatha, which comes with 6 decals and 20 credit bonuses, which is plenty, but it comes for 4,000 gold. Yikes. But then, not to worry, because then you have Floki for just 3,000 gold, and it comes with Floki, 5 successive missions, whose reward are 500 bonds, 3 training booklets for each nation. I mean, it's expensive as hell is the problem. If you really, really, really love the game and you play it non-stop, go for it. If not, I just really can't recommend this, I'm afraid. Everything's a bit too expensive in my modest opinion. You can get like whole games for the price of what they're offering here. And that's always been a big sort of thing that irked me. The value and the pricing of these things is... yeah. The one problem, though, I really should have mentioned this at the very beginning of the video, is let's take a listen to the voice lines. And in fact, I'm going to raise the volume right now, live.
We shall take no hostages this time around.
For you guys to listen to.
Let us shine in battle and impress the gods. Their days are numbered. Let the battle begin. This battlefield is my dominion. I want to be the most famous man who ever lived. All my life has been a preparation for this moment.
I am sorry, my lord. The Aesir await. It is probably Loki doing tricks with our shots.
What the hell is this?
Danger lurks in dark corners.
I understand that it's probably way too expensive for Wargaming to get each of the actors to do the voice lines. But if you're going to put Ragnar Lothbrok as a crew member,
Time to conquer new lands, rich and plentiful.
Can we get the actor that plays Ragnar to do at least a couple of lines? I know there's a lot of lines, but guys, if not, if you didn't like, I understand it's expensive to have each of them voiced, but maybe we can just get Ragnar, or just get, I don't know, something voice-wise that's related to Vikings, because this, I appreciate the custom voice lines, it's way better than just a portrait, don't get me wrong, but Christ. On the other hand, thematically, I really want to put all of the Vikings in the same tank. But, as you can see, this thing takes 4 crew members. You only get 3 from the Battle Pass. So they're kind of forcing you to buy the 4th one if you really want the tank to get, like, good crew, which is evil. It absolutely is. Although, you know, I can fire tons of recruits in the barracks, not a huge problem, but yeah. On the other hand, if they all have custom voice lines, I kind of want to keep them all as separate commanders for different vehicles. But they also have they all have 0 perks, so it's probably best to keep them together with the 0 perk crews, but yeah, it's up for you to decide. It's sort of in the air. It's a bit predatory, like all things that Wargaming does, but it's a fun little thing, and I really like the show as well, Vikings. So, well, at least I like the first few seasons a lot. So, yeah, it's in the game. You can now go and get your Vikings, put them in your tanks, and roll out with them. Until next time, however, my name has been Juggernaut. Please do remember to like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and we'll stay tuned with the rest of the content I produce on this channel. Until next time, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.